Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. I'm TJ from passionatecrafter.com. In this video tutorial I will show how to make the wire walk shawl where I used YM brand Mandala yarn, 2 skeins of this yarn in color wire walk. This yarn is lightweight yarn. It's 150 gram balls per skein. It's 590 yards and 540 meters. The suggested hook size here is 3.75 millimeter, but I used 4.5 millimeter hook size. We will need 2 skeins of this yarn. In this pattern I controlled color changing. As you can see, every row is with one color. The color is not changing in the middle by itself. I prefer this way, but if it's not a problem for you, you can use the colors as they are coming from the ball and you will have less ends to wave in. This is a 9-row repeat pattern. It's super easy. It's easy even for beginners, intermediate or advanced one. We will not need to count any stitches. We have 9 rows which we will repeat till the end of this project, and we will decorate it with tassels and border, which you can see here. The color changing, when I was working in this pattern, I just used the both skeins of our mandala yarn. As you can see here, we have mustard color yarn. Here is less than this bow here. I combined them and work along with both skeins. I cut the yarn and joined new one. After that, the left yarn I used for making tassels. We will need, as I told you, a pair of scissors, tapestry needle for waving all ends in, and we will need 4.5 millimeter crochet hook size. The written instructions of this pattern you can find on our blog passionatecrafter.com. There will be a table and chart which will show you how many stitches you must have in the end of each row per side. This scarf is 80 centimeters long till the down center here without tassels, and the width is 150 centimeters without tassels. With tassels it's 170 centimeters. So if you are ready, let's start with our project. Take your yarn, take your hook, and let's crochet this beautiful and super easy wire walk shawl. The first row will be our setup row. For this we will start by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we will join with slip stitch to first chain to form a ring. Chain 3. Make 3 double crochet into the ring. Chain 2 and make 4 double crochet again into the ring. Our setup row is done. Now for row 1, chain 3, turn your work and make 2 double crochet into the base of initial chain 3 here. Then we will make 1 double crochet in each stitch till chain 2 space here. In chain 2 space we will make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, After that we will make double crochet in each stitch till the end of this row. And we will finish this row with 3 double crochet on top of turning chain here. In this pattern we will make 2 double crochet in base of initial chain 3 when we are starting every row, and we will finish the row with 3 double crochet into the turning chain. For row 2, chain 3 again, turn your work, make 2 double crochet into the base of initial chain 3, again double crochet in each stitch till chain 2 space, which is the center of our shawl. Again in chain 2 space we are making 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, after that double crochet in each stitch till the end of this row, and finish the row with 3 double crochet on top of turning chain. In this pattern, for each row we will increase with 4 stitches. You can see it starts shaping. The first setup row we had 4 double crochets, after that 8 double crochets, 12 double crochets, 16, 20 and so on for each row. I want to tell you this if you want to check your pattern for any mistakes. So we finished row 2. For row 3, chain 3 again, turn your work. After each row you have to turn your work, 2 double crochet in base of initial chain 3, double crochet in each stitch till chain 2 space, two double crochet, chain to 2 double crochet into chain 2 space, double crochet in each stitch till the end of this row. And finish with 3 double crochet on top of turning chain. Row 3 is done. You have to repeat this 2 more rows and continue crocheting these 2 more rows, and see you in row 6. I finished the first 5 rows. Now I will show row 6. For row 6, chain 3, turn your work, 2 double crochet into the base of initial chain 3, then chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make double crochet in next one, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one. Repeat this again till chain 2 space here in the center of our shawl. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one. In this pattern I controlled how the color changing, because I don't like in the middle of any row the color to be changed by itself. I prefer it to be smoothly changed. I used yarn which left after cutting the yarn and attaching the new one for our tassels in this pattern. But if you prefer, you can make it how you like it. I prefer to cut the yarn. You can, if you want, you not cut the yarn, you continue as it's coming from the bow. It will be better for you. You have less ends to weave in. So I repeat this chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one till chain 2 space. We have 1 stitch before chain 2 space. We will chain 1, skip this last stitch, and we will make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet into chain 2 space. Then we will chain 1, we will skip the first stitch, and we will make double crochet in next one. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one. Again you have to repeat this till the end of this row. As I told you, it's super easy pattern, but I really like how it turned out in the end. In the end of this row we will have again 1 stitch left. Chain 1, skip this last stitch and make 3 double crochet on top of turning chain. This was row 6. For row 7, chain 3, turn your work, double crochet, 2 double crochet in base, and now we will make double crochet in each stitch and chain 1 space till chain 2 space in the center of our shawl. Double crochet in next stitch, double crochet in chain 1 space till the center of this shawl, chain 2 space. Don't forget that we are increasing 4 stitches per side in each row, so if you want to check for any mistakes, you must know if in previous row you had 20 stitches, in next one you must have 24 stitches. Now again in chain 2 space we are making 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and double crochet in each stitch and chain 1 space till the end of this row. Again, in the end of this row we are making 3 double crochet on top of turning chain. This was row 7. For row 8, chain 3, turn your work. It's the same as row 6, only the repeats are increased because we are increasing the stitches. 2 double crochet in base of initial chain 1, chain 3, chain 1, skip next stitch, double crochet in next one, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one, repeat this till chain 2 space. It's super simple pattern. It's really nice for beginners, for intermediates or advanced ones. If you don't want to count any stitches, it's the perfect pattern for you. So here I made a mistake. Again, you have not 2 stitches but 1 stitch left. You chain 1, you skip it, and after that again you make chain 2, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet into chain 2 space, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one. Again, here you have 1 stitch left, chain 1, skip this 1 stitch and make 3 double crochet on top of chain 3, turning chain 3. So I showed you the first 8 rows of this pattern. After row 8, row 9 is the same as row 7. We are making double crochet in each stitch and chain 1 space. As you can see, it's the same as row 7. So you have to repeat these 9 rows 4 more times. After you finish the 4 repeats of these 9 rows, you have to reach this row here, which is row 42. After that, we will crochet 1 more row with double crochet in each stitch, and after that we will make this beautiful border here, and again we will add 2 rows of double crochet in each stitch. In the end of row 47 you must have 188 stitches. For row 42 you must have 186 stitches till here. I crocheted this 1 row here, and now I will show how to make these 2 rows. As you can see here, I crocheted this 1 double crochet row, and now I will show how to make next 2 rows. As you can see, I don't like this color changing here, so in my project I just cut the yarn, and this row I will be crocheting it with different color, with the next color, which is this white gray color. For these next two rows, which are row 44 and 45, for row 44 chain 3, turn your work, make 2 double crochet on base of initial chain 3, then you have to make chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one. It is the same as row 6 from our repeat. Of course, here you have more stitches than me. I just want to show how it will turn. So in this row again, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next one, and you have to repeat this till chain 2 space here. Is the same as row 6. Again, here you have 1 stitch left, skip this stitch, make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space here. After that, for the other side, skip chain 1, skip the first stitch, double crochet in next one, continue crocheting till the end of this row, chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make 3 double crochet on top of turning chain 3 here. Continue crocheting this row and see you in row 45. For row 45, chain 3, turn your work, 2 double crochet on base of initial chain, 1 double crochet in next stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make 1 double crochet in chain 1 space here, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next chain 1 space, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in chain 1 space here. You have to repeat this till chain 2 space again. In the written instructions, which will be on our blog, I will insert a table with all the final stitches which you must have in the end of each row. So if you want not to be confused by number of stitches, you can download this table and just check your stitches for each row if you think it will be easier for you. I made the last double crochet in last chain 1 space. Now chain 1, skip 1 stitch, make 1 double crochet in this last stitch before chain 2 space, and again 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in chain 2 space, then double crochet in next stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in next chain 1 space. Repeat this till the end of this row. chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in chain 1 space. In the written instructions I will insert the repeats for these rows with chain 1 spaces, so again you can check how many repeats you must have for each row with this chain 1 space, if you think it will be easier for you. So chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet in this last stitch here, and finish this row with 3 double crochets on top of turning chain. This was row 45. You have more stitches than me, but in the end you have the same look of our show, of our border. After row 44 and 45 you just have to add 2 more rows with double crochet in each stitch. Row 46 will be again, we will start with 2 double crochet in base of initial chain 3, then we will make double crochet in each stitch and in each chain 1 space, and in chain 2 space in the middle again we will make 2 double crochet, chain to 2 double crochet, continue to the other side and finish with 3 double crochet in turning chain 3 here, and the last row will be double crochet in each stitch. As you can see here, this is row 44, 45 and row 46, 47. In the end of row 47 you must have 188 stitches. I hope this video was useful for you, and if you like this video don't forget to share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Love you guys!